How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Riley here. And today, you guys, yet again, I am bringing you all another brand new NBA video here on my channel. Now, today we are coming at you guys with another brand new video, a whole new topic. And today, yes, as you can tell from the title of the video, we are going to be going over my 2019 NBA playoff prediction. Now, I know as I'm uploading this video, the playoffs have already started. I tried to get around to this video as fast as I could. Unfortunately, though, I could not post it before the playoffs actually began. So as we're going through each and every round, I'm going to be obviously giving the standpoint of what the series is at, and I'm going to be explaining how I believe the series is going to end up. So yes, it is a very self-explanatory video. I'm not saying that I'm guaranteeing what I am predicting is going to happen, and I want to spark up some debate. So please leave your feedback of what I think down below. But you guys, before we start off the video, you guys know I do this every single time. If you guys are brand new viewers to the channel, or you are coming from a previous video and you have not done so yet, I am highly encouraging each and every one of you guys to pause the video right now, go down below and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I promise you guys, you will not regret doing this. It's free, it's easy, and it just gets you guys my content that much faster than just checking my channel every now and then. And while you guys are down there, make sure to hit the push notification bell. That way you guys get notifications on your phone right away when my videos are uploaded. So yes, for any of you guys who do this for me, I really do appreciate it. I love you guys. But without further ado, let's jump into my 2019 NBA playoff prediction. All right, you guys, since there is a lot of matchups for the first round, I'm going to be trying to go through each and every one of these as fast as I can. So let's just jump straight into it. For the first matchup, we have the Bucks versus the Pistons. Now, I'm going to say it straight off the bat right away. I believe the Bucks are going to sweep this series in a mere 4 games. We already saw the Bucks go up 1-0 on the Pistons this Sunday. We saw them absolutely destroy the Pistons in every way, shape, and form. I mean, granted, the Pistons didn't have Blake Griffin, but I mean, still, they were up 30 to 40 points almost the entire game. I watched the entire thing. And on top of this, Blake Griffin might actually be out for the entire series. I just read an article about it. So if this is the case, I definitely see the Bucks easily sweeping this series in 4 games, no problem. All right, for the next matchup, we have the 4 versus the 5 seed Celtics against the Pacers. And for this one, we obviously saw the Celtics go up 1-0 this weekend. And honestly, it was a very ugly game for both teams. It was really hard to watch in my opinion. But regardless of this game, I have the Celtics winning this series in a mere 5 games. I feel like Indiana without Victor Oladipo is not going to be able to hang with this Boston Celtics team with their depth and skill. However, I am kind of confident that Indiana will be able to steal 1 game possibly at home in either game 3 or 4. So yeah, all in all, there's not much more to say about this series. I believe that the series will end in 5. The Pacers are going to be able to steal 1 away from the Boston Celtics. All right, and the next series is honestly probably my favorite series of the entire playoffs, you guys, and it is the 76ers versus the Brooklyn Nets. So as you guys are watching this video, we saw Brooklyn steal game 1 of the series in Philadelphia, and that game was huge, and seeing the Nets dominate like this gave me some hope to realize that this series might go a long way. However, as I'm recording this, I just watched game 2 of the series right before coming to record this video, and I actually watched the 76ers win game 2 by about 30 points. But all in all, I have this series going into 7 games, and the 76ers coming out on top and advancing to the second round. All right, you guys, and for the final matchup in the Eastern Conference, we have the Magic against the Raptors. Now, as most of you guys are already probably very surprised, we saw the Orlando Magic take game 1 in Toronto, which I personally did not see coming at all, and I'm sure a lot of people did not see coming in the slightest way possible. But in my opinion, even with the Orlando Magic taking game 1 in Toronto, which again was huge, I see the Toronto Raptors winning this series in 5 games. I feel Toronto is going to come back stronger than ever from this game 1 loss, get their stuff together, and just go on an absolute tear for the next 4 games and close out this series in 5. All right, and you guys, moving on to the Western Conference first round, we have the first matchup of the Warriors against the Clippers. Now, for this series, you guys, I mean, it's very self-explanatory for what a lot of people believe is going to happen, and I have the Warriors winning this series in a span of just 4 games. All right, and you guys, for the next series, we have the 4 versus the 5 in the Rockets against the Jazz. Now, again, even though this series is a 4 versus 5 seed matchup, I see this series being a complete blowout. Because in my opinion, the Rockets are a very underrated 4 seed. They should be a lot higher than a 4 seed in their skill. And with this, I have the Rockets actually winning this series in a span of 5 games. Again, like I said in previous series, I believe that Utah will be able to take 1 game while they have that 2-game stretch at home, but they do not have enough skill set to match up with the Houston Rockets. James Harden is going on an absolute tear, and he seems to be carrying it into the playoffs. And yeah, I feel like that's how almost the entire series is going to go. I feel like Houston is going to be able to wrap up this series very easily. All right, you guys, and probably the best series in the Western Conference now, we have the Thunder versus the Blazers. Now, in my opinion, you guys, for my prediction, I personally have this series going to 7 games, but I have the 6 seed Thunder coming out on top. Now, don't get me wrong, you guys, the chances of both of these teams coming out on top in this series is probably probably like 50-50. Actually, you guys, I did see a statistic too that said the Portland Trailblazers were the only higher seed in the NBA playoffs that was an underdog going into the series. So I guess you can say I'm going with my gut and with what Vegas thinks in this situation, and I am taking the Thunder in 7 games down the stretch of this series. And you guys, for the final first round matchup of the playoffs, we have the Spurs versus the Nuggets. And for this one, you guys, I have the Nuggets winning the series in a span of 6 games. Now, a lot of us were also really surprised with this one too, because we saw the Spurs take game 1 in Denver from the Nuggets, which I personally did not expect to happen as well. But the Spurs came out and they handled their own business and they took a well-earned win in Denver. So yeah, some people might actually think that the Spurs have a good chance to win this series, but I'm sticking with the higher seed here. I'm going with the Nuggets advancing to the second round. All right, you guys, we are now on to the second round matchups, and starting with the Eastern Conference, we have the Bucks versus the Celtics. And yet again, you guys, this is going to be another amazing series to watch. But in the end, you guys, I have the Bucks winning this series in a span of 7 games. They're going to go all the way to the final game, you guys, in my opinion, and I feel like the Bucks are the better, well-built, all-around team when they are healthy. Don't get me wrong, you guys, Boston is going to give Milwaukee one of the biggest fights that they've had this entire year. But if you guys are regulars on the channel, you know that I am a diehard Milwaukee Bucks fan. You guys know I cannot go against my boys in this situation. But in all seriousness, being as unbiased as I possibly can, I really do think the Bucks are going to come away in 7 games and win this series. All right, and moving on to the second matchup of the second round in the East, we have the Sixers versus the Raptors. Now, you guys, in this series, I'm coming straight out with it. I have the Sixers advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals in a span of a 6-game series. I don't know, you guys, just going with my gut, just feeling, looking at this matchup between the Sixers and the Raptors, I feel like if the Sixers are on a roll coming off of a first round win, I feel like they are just going to be too much to handle for Toronto. And I feel like everyone around the entire Sixers lineup is going to be able to produce at a high level, unlike the Raptors. All right, now you guys, moving on to the second round of the Western Conference. The first matchup we have here is the Warriors versus the Rockets. Now, you guys, I'm sure this playoff rematch is what a lot of people are waiting to see, especially with what we saw last year, you guys. We potentially saw Houston almost knock off Golden State in what was a 7-game series for the Western Conference Finals. But regardless of that fact, I have the Golden State Warriors winning this series in just 5 games. Because like I was stating earlier, the Golden State Warriors team this year is just too loaded all around the board to be beat, in my opinion. Like, there's no way that Houston is going to beat this team. But don't get me wrong when I'm saying this either. I believe that Houston is going to give them one of the biggest fights that they will have this entire year as well. But I feel like Golden State is going to be too much to handle for the Houston Rockets, and Golden State will come out of this in just 5 games. And you guys, for the second matchup of the second round of the West, we have the Thunder against the Nuggets. Now, you guys, even though this is a 6-seed versus a 2-seed matchup, I have the Thunder winning this series in 6 games. Because you guys, when looking at this matchup between OKC and Denver, I just have my gut feeling that the Thunder are going to be able to take care of business and get past the Nuggets and get to the Western Conference Finals. I know the Nuggets will put up a fight. There's no doubt about that. I'm not disrespecting this team in any way, but I just feel like OKC has the advantage in this matchup when you're looking at the teams side by side. Again, you guys, these are all just predictions. These are all just personal opinions. I'm not an expert. I'm not an analyst. You guys obviously know this. I'm just giving my opinions of what I believe is going to happen. All right, and guys, moving on to the conference finals in the East, we have the Bucks versus the Sixers. All right, you guys, looking at this series now, it is going to be an insane matchup. We all know this if we are going to see it. But you guys, for the final prediction of the Eastern Conference Finals, I have the Milwaukee Bucks advancing to the NBA Finals in a 7-game series. I feel like if both teams are completely healthy, it is going to be one of the craziest NBA playoff matchups that we're going to see. But I feel like it's going to come down to home court advantage in the end, and Milwaukee is going to be able to take that Game 7 at home in front of the Milwaukee crowd. And for the Western Conference Finals matchup, we have the Warriors versus the Thunder. And yes, I have a 6-seed versus a 1-seed in the NBA Western Conference Finals. Getting in the playoffs does not mean very much, in my opinion, this year, especially when we're looking at the West, considering that all of the bottom teams of the Western Conference that made the playoffs were only separated by a handful of games. But for the Western Conference Finals results between the Warriors and the Thunder, I have the Warriors winning this series in just 5 games yet again. Like I've been saying the entire video, the Warriors are just too dominant, in my opinion, to be knocked off by anyone. Like, no matter how you look at it, you guys, 5 All-Stars across their starting lineup is just uncomparable. Like, honestly, it's just ridiculous when you look at it. And the Thunder will not be able to match this star power, and the Warriors will be advancing to the NBA Finals with ease. And you guys, finally, for the NBA Finals prediction I have, we have selected the Milwaukee Bucks to be playing the Golden State Warriors. Now, again, you guys, you know I'm a Bucks fan, as I stated earlier in the video, and I will be rooting for them to take home the NBA Finals trophy as much as I possibly can. You guys know this. But being realistic with myself and being as unbiased as I can possibly be, for my NBA Finals prediction, I have the Warriors winning in a 6-game series. They're just too overpowered to beat, you guys. They are just too loaded in every single position. The only way I can see them being knocked off at any point in the NBA playoffs is if their chemistry goes down the drain. That's the only way I see this happening, unless injury hits them or chemistry issues hit them really hard. I don't see this team going down at all. I see them working well together. I see them advancing to the NBA Finals and winning it all. Like I said, though, I have the series going into 6 games, so I could see Milwaukee taking 1 or 2 games that they have at home, as well as maybe stealing 1 game in Oracle in the process. But yeah, you guys, there I have it. As much as I hate to say it, I have the Golden State Warriors winning the 2019 NBA Finals in a span of 6 games over the Milwaukee Bucks. Yes, I know, complete shocker that I picked the Warriors. But you guys, after a long video, I'm thinking that's going to mark the end of it here today. Once again, you guys, I'm really hoping you all enjoyed the video of mine. It took a while to put together, but it is well worth it in my opinion. Again, I want to hear you guys' feedback as well on what my predictions were, so don't forget to go down below and comment what you guys think. But also, if you guys did enjoy the video in any way, shape, or form, I am highly encouraging each and every one of you to go down below and slap a like on it for me. You guys know how much the support means. I cannot say it enough. We are going up like crazy here on the channel. In fact, we just hit 1,500 subscribers, you guys. I love each and every one of you. Welcome to the channel if you're new. If you're old and you're still sticking around and watching my content, regardless of who you are, if you're watching this video, I love you guys for supporting my content. It means the absolute world. I cannot say that enough. So thank you guys for sticking with me so far. We have a long way to go, trust me. But once again, don't forget to go down below and subscribe if you are new to the channel and you haven't done so yet. But after saying that, that's definitely all I have to say. So once again, I thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. You mean the world to me. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace!